There are some extra features in your ASCD online books that you can use. We're going to take a look at how to make notes and highlight. One important thing to remember when you do have this resource open is that you'll want to log in with your Google account in order to have those extra tools available to you. So if I go ahead, if I would open, I'm going to go to the book I want to read, or actually these are kind of set up in chapters. So if I go ahead and go to my book and go to the first chapter that I'm going to read, okay, now you can see up on the top, I've signed in with Amy. If you haven't, Amy Usman, if you hadn't signed in, you would click sign in with your Google account. Your school email will pop open, and then you'll see tools over here on the side. So if I'm reading this article and I have an area that I want to highlight, all I do is highlight it. That's going to give me, once I actually highlight it with the computer, I can go and highlight. I can also add a note here. Okay, make a comment. Then, I'm not seeing that, rats. Down here on the window is where I had to save my notes. But once I've highlighted or made a note about something, then when I go back up here in my highlights and notes, you can see that I have one area highlighted. So everything that I highlight, I then have access to the important information that I highlighted at the end of my readings. And don't forget, any of these chapters, any of these, when I have them open, I can download them as a PDF. I can send it to my Google Drive and start a folder with each chapter. Or I can actually take the chapter and have a Google Classroom set up and just send it directly to my Google Classroom if I had the book title, or if I had a group I was reading this with, we could set up our chapters in our Google Classroom. So I would just share it to my classroom, I would choose that class, and then send it over there. So there are definitely other tools. Just go into more, and you'll see, like your search history, you'll see the highlights and notes that you can have access to. So if you're not seeing it, go ahead in and click on that. And then that way, and you can see here, it didn't keep my notes, but it has all of the things. Or even after I highlight something, I can go in and add notes if I want to, after that highlight, make a comment about it. So there's a lot of great features that are at your fingertips.